Though Hurricane Milton has officially moved on, we are still expecting some coastal flooding through the end of the week.
That's right. A couple of impacts that will be here. News 2's AC Barker is joining us live right now from downtown Charleston, keeping an eye on things. AC, we know you are in a very flood-prone spot. Hi.
Riley, Hannah, good morning. That's right. Lockwood Drive downtown, very flood prone area. Now, as you heard Josh say, rain really isn't the issue when it comes to this flooding. It's going to be that coastal flooding. Now, at this very moment, you can see there's not much flooding to really talk about. It's really those strong gusty winds, but that is very likely to change as we go throughout the day. A coastal flood warning actually went into effect about 6 minutes ago. That's set to last until 5 o'clock tonight, and the highest tide expected at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And we're talking 8 to 8.5 feet tide, and that could really cause 1 to 2 feet of just standing water on the roads. That is more than enough water to make roads impassable, very likely for several road closures downtown today. Now, if you do have to get out, you're urged not to, but if you do, you're asked to not drive around any barricades and do not drive through any standing water because you don't know how deep that water is going to be. Your car could get stuck, and not only that, that bottom part of your car, because of all that salt water, could very much get damaged. So if you park in any of these flood-prone areas, the city of Charleston does have availability of several parking garages that you can park your car on a more elevated surface to avoid any water damage. The Aquarium parking garage, the Visitor Center parking garage, 99 West Edge parking garage, and the Charleston Tech Center parking garage and the East Bay parking garage. All of those will be open today for those of you who tend to park in those flood-prone areas. Now, Riley, Hannah, like I said, dry right now, but when you check in with me in a half hour, things could change. So be sure to stay with us. Reporting live in downtown Charleston, AC Barker, count on 2. Back to you.
AC, thank you. Another area we are watching for some potential impacts from this afternoon's high tide is on our beach communities. News 2's Jed Kristoff is out on the Isle of Palms for us. He's joining us live now on the beach. And Jed, how are things there on the Isle of Palms, and what do people need to be aware of today as the day progresses? Good morning.
Hey guys, well, I'll tell you what, just looking out over the ocean right now, it is angry today, and a lot of this is just because of these strong northeasterly winds. We just had a decent burst right there. Well, I'll tell you what, we have some buoy data that we've been kind of monitoring. There's a buoy about 41 nautical miles to the south and east of Charleston. This is the Edisto buoy. Many of you may be familiar with this. Right now, it's recording swell heights of 12.8 feet at 8 seconds. And a wind gust of 45 miles per hour, which is why we have tropical storm warnings for our waters. These are very dangerous conditions to get out in, especially in a boat. Now, not all of that swell is actually making it to our beach. With the northeasterly winds, it's a northeasterly swell. But some of it certainly is, and looking out there, we can see the spray coming off of these larger waves moving in, and a lot of these are in about the 3 to 5 foot range. So we have gusty side shore winds, we have wave heights about 3 to 5 feet, and a strong risk for rip currents as well. Now, we're still about 3 hours out from high tide. So I really want to point that out, because if you look to my right side of the screen, you'll notice how close the ocean already is to some of these homes out here on IOP. And we even have a few people trying to get some last-minute preparations in. You notice the machinery out there trying to push the sand up. It's really getting close, and again, we're only about 3 hours out from high tide here, so it'll be interesting to see what happens as we get through the next several hours with high tide approaching us. Back to you.